What's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. My name's Jordan and today we're going to be heat anodizing some stainless steel exhaust tips. What's really cool about that is you can get that really nice blue or purple color at the end of your exhaust. From what I hear, it's not that hard to do and you can do it with everyday tools you get at Home Depot or Lowe's. So I'm going to take you through that whole process, so feel free to stick around and I'm excited to show you guys how it's done. Alright guys, so before we start lighting up fires and burning exhaust tips and everything, I want to show you the torch that I bought. That way, if this turns out good, you have the opportunity to go to the store and buy the torch yourself and maybe make this like a weekend project. So the torch that I bought, this one is from Lowe's. It was $54 and it was actually the most expensive one that they had on the shelf. But the reason why I bought it is because it has an auto start stop. I won't need to get a sparker or a flame or anything to get it started. And then also there's a continuous run. That way I can just do a continuous heat and it'll be really consistent. And last is going to be the adjustable flame. This is going to be really important to make sure that we get just the right temperature. We're not burning the metal too much. Alright, so to get this torch ready, all we got to do is take the individual pieces. And what you want to do first is put this little knob here to the lock position. And then tighten this all the way down so no gas is going to escape. Then we put them together. Just hand tighten, not too tight. Alright, that'll do. Then put it to the unlock position. Open the valve so some gas can come out. Then pull the trigger. And that's it. Next, I'm going to show you what it looks like when steel is heated up to a certain temperature. And that's really what our goal is today, is to heat up the steel to a certain temperature. That way, when the steel touches oxygen, it turns a different color. So the colors go from gold, purple, to blue. And then past blue, the colors are not pretty. So once you get blue, you don't really want to push it too far. But basically, I'm going to take you over here. We're going to check out what the different colors of the steel looks like. A variation of colors, you're going to see blue, purple, gold, and these different colors are representative of how hot it was when it touched oxygen. So our goal is to recreate that up here on the exhaust tips. That's what we're going to use the torch for, is for burning this, and that way we're going to be getting that nice color at the very end of the exhaust. All right, enough of me rambling. Let's do it. Right now, I don't know if I'll ever arrive. Where the grass is green, we're still I was trying to get the blue in there, but it kind of came out a little bit blotchy, and it's actually so hot like I don't want to touch it right now. So maybe it will get a little bit more blue as it cools down a little bit. But if you can see, it goes from a silver, gold, bronze, and up to like a blue-white. You can see the welds that I put on there before. The welds now are like a grayish because they already had a bit of oxidation on them from welding already. So because they got heated up, it went to that worse like gray color. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna hit it a little bit more kind of on these outer edges and maybe a little bit up here. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more of this blue color you see here, just like uniformly across, because this is the top of the blast pipe. So I'm just gonna see what happens. I mean, maybe it'll ruin it, I don't really know, but we're gonna give it a try. But if I tell you now, the sun dies out, 'cause I can only give you my heart when the darkest clouds begin to part. Alright, so something that I've done the second time around, which I think really helped out a lot, was blowing the torch up smoothly and slowly and radiating that heat towards the tip. Rather than just blasting it right here, I think radiating the heat so the heat builds up at the top, I think is going to give you the best finish. Alright, so with a little bit of trial and error, I came to the conclusion that my steel wasn't necessarily best set up for this type of finish, but I'm going to show you what ended up happening with it. So I think that method of going upwards and following the pipe like this and shooting the heat up this way, I think that was the right way to do it. And with a little bit more patience, I was able to get a little bit more of a progression from gold to like an amber to a purple blue. But unfortunately, you know, with the style that I did, I put some welds up here, and I think because they already had a layer of oxidation on them, we got that over-oxidized steel. Here, let me see if we can get this to focus. So that gray color is really not the nicest color, but if it was just all one piece, I think we could have gotten that purple and that blue all the way up to the top. But I definitely would recommend having mirror finish steel, like polished steel, because all of these little baby grits, even with a lot of polishing I've already done, it adds a little bit of texture to it, and it's not that classic look that a lot of people are looking for. So alright guys, so I decided to come outside and take a look at the blast pipes in the sunlight, because in the warehouse it's just super dark. Coming out here to see it in the daylight, we're really going to get a visual on what it would look like if we put it on the car. So let's check it out. It turned out like okay. It's not what I was going for, but it's okay. So let's just check it out. We got a really nice transition from like a silver all the way up to gold and then purple blue. However, the part that I'm not really stoked on is how blotchy the finish is up here for the pipes. I think this is all from when I cleaned it with acetone. I think maybe I didn't like wipe off all the residue or something, and it got a little blotchy. I mean, overall, I think this is an awesome experiment to see what it's like to burn the tips of a blast pipe. I think with a little bit more practice, I could get it to be a lot better. So overall, really satisfied, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up on the video. Consider subscribing. I'm going to be putting up more content similar to this, car-related stuff, either with the Cayman there. I've got the Datsun 280Z, and also a bunch of welding stuff too. So thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you next time. All right, enough yapping. Oh, it's locked. Safety first.